Kontra Podcast első videójában Heinrich Hausslerrel, a Bahrein Victorious csapat profi versenyzőjével, veteránjával beszélgettünk a múltról, jelenről és a jövőről.
Kontra. Greetings to Heinrich Haussler.
German or English?
Yeah, German. Yeah, we can know Deutsch. No, we talked about in which language we should have this conversation, but I guess half German, half Australian. Both of has some Hungarian connections. A lot of Hungarians living in Australia, right?
Oh, the Hungarians are everywhere in the world.
Yeah, no. There was a story that Hungarians found America.
Okay.
Everybody. How do you like your stay in Hungary? How is it?
This is my first time here, which is kind of strange being pro that long and racing all around Europe. First time here, but yeah, so far it's been amazing. I mean, also that we won two stages already. It's also a little bit of icing on the cake. So far it's been really nice, beautiful country. And today we have the crit, or the last stage in Budapest, so I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah, and how about this weather? Doesn't it affect the stage?
Of course it affects the stage. I mean, it affects bike racing in general, but I think for us, we're here with a good group of riders. We have good bike handling skills. We like to race on the front. And for us, I mean, it does. I think it makes it more easier. There's a lot of riders in the peloton. They worry about this type of weather when it's raining or when it's cold in the corners. But for us, I think it's just an advantage.
And you spoke that you have a good group of guys. And as an experienced rider, how do you handle this bubble situation that you basically are only together and cannot go out?
It's something that's been a process over 1 year now, so it's just something that we've gotten used to, and it's just actually becoming really normal. That you just with your teammates, you don't go out in the evening to maybe go for a walk or go have a coffee, wearing the masks, doing always the PCR tests before the race, during the race. It's just, I mean, we're actually fortunate that we can still keep on racing. There's a lot of different sports out there, where they really suffer and they haven't been able to do their sport. So we've been lucky. It is a change, but it's something that we've gotten used to.
So physically, it's not affecting you?
No, I don't think. Well, me personally, not. I mean, I've never had to change really anything. Also in Germany, it's been lucky. We never had a real lockdown where we had to stay home. We could always train outside. We still had our freedom. So I mean. There's other riders that do cope differently mentally with it, but for me personally, it's different, but it hasn't been too bad.
Back in the days, you caused quite a stir on German media when you changed nationality, and you became, more or less like not public enemy '1 in Germany because of that, but it caused some ways. Thank God social media wasn't that present at the time, I guess. But you became one of the most beloved and respected figures in the peloton. How do you feel about this roller coaster?
Yeah, I mean, I was also fortunate enough. My dad's German, my mum's Australian, so I had dual citizenship. I moved to Germany when I was 14. Used their system pretty much. Their schooling, their national team, their coaching. All the bikes and everything. I really got a lot of help from the German Federation. But then when I got to an age where where I could really think about and represent a country at a World Championships, it's just my heart said I want to represent Australia, just because I feel more Australian. So that was the decision. Then I wanted to change my nationality, and that's now I'm Australian. I had to give back my German passport, which wasn't the easiest thing to do, because giving up a passport is also not that I'm not saying wise or smart, but it made also things a little bit complicated wanting to stay in Germany or to live in Germany. But deep down at heart, I'm Australian, so it felt like the right thing to do.
Okay. And how much did you change as a rider since your beginning in 2005? Okay, Your haircut is a lot better than it was back in the day.
Yeah, everything has changed. It changes even within 1 or 2 years. But it doesn't feel that I've been around that long, like mentally or physically. I still feel like I'm pretty young. We have a lot of young riders in the team, And you know, I feel like them, still going out there and training, smashing it, sprinting, attacking, having fun with them. But yeah, everything's changed. The training, the nutrition, the bikes. I don't know how it's going to change. You always think, oh, there's been so much change. I don't know what's going to happen in the next years. But yeah, it's been a massive change.
So you've grown from like being the youngest in the team to more of the more experienced riders, right?
Yeah, well, now I'm 37, and I remember my first team with Gerolstein. I was my first roommate was Tocznik.
Okay.
And he was only about 34, 35. But I remember like rooming with him and thinking, or looking at him like, man, he's like really, really old. Like,
old.
But now I'm also in that same position. But like I said, I don't feel that old. But I still enjoy it. I love riding my bike, and I don't see it as a job. And as long as I'm enjoying it, loving it, also, you know, I can contribute to the team. I can mix it up with the boys. Then age is just a number. So.
And how much did the bikes change? You've been on a couple of bikes, on a couple of good bikes, especially.
Actually, I've been lucky enough to always be on good bikes, and yeah, it's amazing. I mean, these days the bikes are so much more faster, more aerodynamic. Not just the bikes, but you know, also like wheels, tires. I think the biggest gains are still on the bikes, and we're fortunate enough we have Merida. We have a really good setup also with the wheels and the tires, Vision and Continental with the tubeless. So I think we're really lucky to have such a, like, especially the Reacto, especially on a course like today. Super fast, aerodynamic, just out of the corners. The power goes down and right through onto the road. You can feel the bike moving forward. So yeah, it's been a big change. Also, you know, on the cobbles, especially the cobblestone classics. With wheels, tire pressure. Tire pressure these days is, you know, but in the past it wasn't even a question. And now in our chat group, you know, every rider has a different pressure. You know, they ask, okay, what do you guys want? Okay, you're like, okay, in the front I want 6.85. In the back I'll have 6.97, for example. So it's really becoming very kind of like, I don't know, like more like Formula One.
You touched on a couple of points which lead me to the question that a lot of people who are not that much into cycling like to point out the tainted past of cycling, that it's complicated past. But isn't it that there are so many factors and so much more science behind it why you're going much faster than you did in the past? What's the biggest point that you are going faster? What do you think?
I think it's not just one point in like one big point that stands out. There's many different points that come together. It's like, for example, what I was just saying with the bikes, training, nutrition. You know, for example, we get every day we get a training plan. We you know, we have a power system on where we measure our training by watts. We get our intervals, what we need to do. Every day we do exactly what we need to do to become better. We have team trainers where they analyze our training every day. We get feedback every evening. So, you know, it's also with the food, the nutrition, with our weight. You know, we get fat tests almost every day. We're on the scales every day. It's just, yeah, it's really become more scientific. You know, I mean, I'm not saying you turn your body into a robot to reach the maximum, but it is kind of going in that direction. So the level is so. I mean, I have the feeling every year in winter, you know, you do your training and everything. You're like, oh yeah, my watts are even better than last year, and that is the case. The peloton is just getting faster and faster because the level is just going up so much. There's so much. Every year there's different types of training, different intervals, the bikes, like I said, nutrition, all the different core training and this kind of stuff. Recovery, you know, it's just it's changed completely in the last 10-15 years.
And not dwelling in the past, but going into the future. You have 2 children on your own, and the security and safety of cycling has been a hot topic as of late. How do you see? Would you like your children to be cyclists, pro cyclists?
It's not a choice I'm going to make for them. It's something they have to decide themselves. But I mean, the sport has given me so much. You know, I've experienced so much in my career already, and I would never take back anything. I don't regret anything, and like I said, I love the sport. It's not a job for me. It's a hobby, and if they want to go in that direction and try and become a pro cyclist, then yeah, I'll definitely support them 100%.
Okay. Heinrich Haussler, thanks for the interview, and good luck for the stage.
No worries. Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
No worries.
Okay, good luck.
No worries.